Hello, I'm Adrian Atkinson and this is Jamaica Magazine. Welcome. Children have played an integral role in our activities here at the JIS for the month of May. A few have invaded our offices, offering their own perspectives on current affairs matters. The weekly guest co-producers have shared their ideas as they assist in the mechanics of television production. Today we close out this particular feature with Costia Brooks, an intelligent 16-year-old of Portland High. You'll hear from her later in the show. Also in the half hour, it's the holiday weekend and we want you to be safe on the road. Plus our top news of the week. Sit back and relax. Jamaica Magazine unfolds right now.
Play is very important to the development of children. It allows them to use their creativity and develop their imagination. Through play, children interact with the world around them. They learn how to work in groups, share and resolve conflicts.
They learn rules and they learn about respecting others and waiting turns and setting their own rules and guidelines for their games.
Set limits, but allow your children to play. It will help them develop the confidence and resilience needed to conquer future challenges.
Hi, I'm Costia, and I'm so thankful to have shared in this wonderful opportunity at JIS. As a guest producer, I now have a better understanding of television production. I thought it important as part of my role in this capacity to help you understand that we have rights. It is the right of every child to be loved and protected. Watch this.
The law is big on children, big on their care and protection, and has empowered them with the tools to ensure that they are. Here's how it is for children under the law.
We have a right to receive care under the law. This means that we must be given food, clothes, a place to live, and education and health care.
Make sure that we are fully immunized and registered in and attending school. And yes, we need love. Plenty and plenty of it.
We must neither be sold nor given drugs, such as cocaine, marijuana, cigarettes, or alcoholic drinks like beer, rum, or stouts.
Drugs and alcohol are very bad for our health. They may disrupt our sleeping patterns, make us dizzy, or make it difficult for us to breathe.
The law asks adults when making decisions that affect us to ensure that our interests are protected. In fact, it says that we are to be allowed to say how we think these decisions will affect us.
The law has nothing against us doing things around the house. In fact, chores are good. It teaches us responsibility and life skills. However, we should not be doing any form of work that may affect our health or education.
Neither should we be allowed to live or beg on the streets. If we are, or if we are not attending school, or if we are taking drugs, it's a duty of adults to get help for us.
We too have responsibility to get help if we are being harmed or abused. Let's not keep it to ourselves. We should talk to an adult we trust. We should not stop talking until the abuse stops. And we should not feel guilty or blame ourselves about it.
Before we came to this country, we were kings and queens, never porch monkeys. There was empire.
Do you know what else we can do if we are being abused? We can tell our teacher or the guidance counselor at school, or we can call the child development agency. Get pencil and paper and write down the number.
Survive until they gain control. Nobody says you have to be gangster.
Lift up your hearts with a smile. Lift up your feet with a dance. Lift up your spirits with a song. It's family.
As government's foremost energy entity, Petrojam is empowering future leaders by providing work experience for tertiary level graduates. You or someone you know could benefit from the program. Take a look.
It's all too often that we hear of recent graduates seeking employment only to be rejected because of their inexperience. Well, thanks to the ingenuity of one company, that trend is spiraling downwards. Last year, Petrojam opened its doors and gave 10 recent university graduates the opportunity to intern for 1 year with pay at the state-owned oil refinery. The 10 interns were chosen from a pool of over 80 applicants after a thorough interview process. The aim of the graduate internship program was to create an opportunity for graduates who have just completed their studies to gain practical experience in their field of study that will increase their employability while creating a talent pool for future recruitment purposes. The inaugural program, which began in January 2013 and was launched in February, received high praises from State Minister with responsibility for Science, Technology, Energy and Mining, the Honorable Julian Robinson.
I think it's an excellent initiative by Petrojam. I think it benefits both Petrojam and the graduates. It gives the graduates a bridge between what they would have learned academically at school and moving into the world of work.
Hopefully we will end up getting a couple of interns who can become permanent employees based on performance. I am convinced you guys, the interns, will get tremendous benefit out of this. Petrojam as well, but Jamaica as a whole.
It was out of the classrooms and into the field for these interns who were placed in several departments in the company. Blending in with the Petrojam family was the easy part, but it was settling into their roles with the sometimes long hours and heavy workload that was the arduous task. However, undaunted, the interns stuck to the mission and were rewarded with the sweet results of their hard labor.
The experience here at Petrojam has been great. I could have never assumed that it would have been this fulfilling.
The interns were also able to hone their philanthropic skills and give back to the community. They took part in Petrojam's annual health fair held on the grounds of the refinery for residents of Greenwich Town and its environs.
Being here at Petrojam, you adapt to the culture of service, of volunteering, of the spirit of community. So, it was just natural for me. I couldn't let this opportunity pass.
Before the year's experience was over and the graduates ready to venture into the world of work, Petrojam added the finishing touches. This through an intense but fun 2-day workshop on resume writing, interviewing skills, teamwork, and other business ethics. The graduate internship program ended in December 2013 with a closing ceremony. There, the interns were lauded for their excellent performance and encouraged to live purposeful lives.
Your natural tendencies, inclinations are signs of the things that you need to pursue to fulfill the gifts and the talents and the purpose that God has put you on this planet.
We are really very proud of our interns. We are proud of how they approach the job. We had 10 with us and all 10 did very well right across the organization.
And of the 10 interns, 4 made the transition to become permanent employees at the organization. Additionally, another 3 have been hired on contract.
And it feels really good to be officially a part of this Petrojam family where it's already feeling at home.
A new batch of interns, 4 more than last year, have started their year-long journey at the oil refinery with high hopes of making their mark at Petrojam and in the society. Petrojam wishes them all the best as they strive for excellence and hone skills in their respective fields.
My encouragement to the new interns and to other recent graduates, make the most of every opportunity, and to those who are still seeking employment, keep sending out the applications, keep searching, and even if you end up in a role that isn't completely in line with your course of study, still make the most of the opportunity. It can help you in the future.
To the management of Petrojam Limited, we are indeed indebted to you for giving us the opportunity to gain 1 full year of practical experience and to truly unearth our true potential and allowing us to shine.
In addition to its mandate of serving Jamaica's energy needs, Petrojam Limited has also committed itself to the nation's socio-economic development through several initiatives. This includes its annual summer employment program, health fair, and its scholarship awards. Petrojam, serving Jamaica's energy needs. For more information on Petrojam, contact them at 923-8611-5 or visit their website, petrojam.com.
On the board this week, the Little Theatre will come alive on Tuesday, May 27, when the Jamaica Cultural Development Commission, JCDC, kickstarts the annual Festival of the Performing Arts National Finals starting at 10 a.m. The Performing Arts Festival will run until Wednesday, June 25. Numerous performers from across the island will compete in the areas of traditional folk forms from May 27 to 30, in music from June 3 to 5, choir on June 6, dance on June 10 to 14, deaf dance on June 14, speech from June 17 to 19, and drama from June 24 to 25. The Jamaica Stock Exchange, JSE, in association with Sagicor Investments Limited, will be hosting the first 2014 Investor Outreach Forum, How to Create Wealth, on Wednesday, May 28 at the Royal Oasis, Power of Faith Multi-Complex Plaza in Portmore. The forum starts at 6:30 p.m. under the theme Invest in Knowledge, Make Informed Investment Decisions. Admission free. For more detail, call 967-3271. The Shekinah Foundation will be hosting their second annual worship event on Saturday, June 28 at the Trenchtown Multipurpose Center at 6 p.m. Proceeds from the event will be in aid of the Shekinah, a Jamaican Worship Event Foundation. For further information, kindly contact Romario Prendergast at romarioprendergast@gmail.com or call 467-1486. Send us your events for broadcast on the JIS Community Notice Board. Call 922-868-022 or send an email to cbishop@jis.gov.jm.
It's the holiday weekend, and it's a known fact that road crashes increase during these periods. I want you to get home safely from your various jaunts. Refresh your memory with this feature.
A motorist's ability to fully concentrate on the road is extremely important. Anything that requires a shift in focus should be avoided.
Smoking for one, drinking alcohol.
The drinking thing, I come from party and frost, that no worth it to dog. Mechanics man drive, is I say?
If you are going to turn your radio up to a point where you can't hear anything around you, you're essentially deaf. How are you going to hear when an ambulance is coming through a red light, trying to get someone to the hospital or a fire truck? You're going to drive into the intersection and create an accident.
I can get distracted just about anyhow. You know, but yeah, because putting something in your mouth, you can just bop your eye and, you know, in space of a second, you are alive and others.
Reading newspaper is a no-no. You cannot be reading and driving at the same time. It's a no-no.
It allowed music coming from some of these vehicles. Also, the way the public passenger vehicles drive, you have to be on the lookout for them at all times.
Something happen, like an accident happen, everybody slow down to look what is happening.
I've oftentimes been concerned about some of these very bright billboards that they put up at the driver's eye level. Oftentimes so bright that you can't even see the traffic light from the billboard.
The traffic environment is a busy one. Road users, drivers especially, have to be concerned with everything that is happening around them. But sometimes they engage in activities that limit their ability to be fully alert or react appropriately to situations. Driving distractions amount to anything that requires a driver to take his or her hands and eyes off the steering wheel or the road. Studies have shown that distracted drivers are setting themselves up for varying calamities. Drivers who use handheld devices are 4 times as likely to get into crashes serious enough to injure them. Using a cell phone while driving, whether it's handheld or hands-free, delays a driver's reaction as much as having a blood alcohol concentration at the legal limit of 0.08%. A driver sending a text message only has about 9% control of the steering wheel and the vehicle at the given time. Being distracted causes drivers to react more slowly to traffic conditions or events, such as another vehicle stopping or making a left turn or pulling out from a side road. Distracted drivers fail more often to notice or recognize potential hazards, including pedestrians, bicycles, or debris on the road. While these statistics are mainly from the United States, the situation in Jamaica is no less alarming, and authorities are taking note.
If it is that you are not familiar enough with your device that you can use it, find the play button without having to look at the device and take your eyes off the road and take your attention off the road, then don't use it. Set it before you start your journey, have your playlist ready, and continue on your journey. If you need to pay attention to it, pull off. It takes 25 seconds the most. Address your device, get the music you want to listen to, and continue on your way.
It is more important that you pull over, because sometimes the time you take to answer the phone, you're focusing on what you're hearing and not even paying attention to the road.
Consultation is taking place here in Jamaica about a law to ban the use of cell phones while driving by imposing fines and other sanctions. In the meantime, drivers of public passenger vehicles should not use cellular phones while driving.
Not ban altogether. If they use the earpiece, fine. As long as their hands are free to do the controls of the car.
Not really ban it, but a person himself must be more conscious, more conscious knowing that, all right, we have people in the vehicle, or may I protect myself and other people at the same time.
Yes, because my sister was hit by a car, and it was by somebody who was actually driving and using his cell phone, didn't see her crossing. So I'm totally against it. You know, I believe that there should be more that is done to prevent people from doing that.
Sometimes it's dangerous, depends on how you use it. Because sometimes you can be driving, and get an emergency call, and you have to take that call. And sometimes people just depend on BB, text, which don't make no sense. They can just wait.
When they attack, they not look for nobody, they don't even know where they drive.
I think it is necessary, given the fact that if you look at the US statistics, 330,000 persons are injured every year because of persons using the phone while driving. It makes you 10 times more likely to be in an accident. So from simply the standpoint of protecting life and property, it is necessary.
I don't think they should ban it. There could have been some regulation where you use an earpiece or something, because if everybody have to pull over when you get a phone call, you're going to have chaos on the road. You understand? So if you use an earphone, that could work.
Using earphones or hands-free kits may allow a driver to still maintain control of the vehicle with his or her hands. But a driver's best bet is to refrain from using them altogether, as their focus will now largely be placed on the conversation. While cell phones may be the most common distractions, a host of other things may lead persons to take their attention off the road. Here are some general tips to deal with them. Plan your route beforehand to avoid getting lost or focusing on navigational systems such as GPS. Ensure that children use child seats and seat belts to prevent them roaming in motor vehicles. Turn down the volume of music played in vehicles. Refrain from texting, emailing, answering phones, or attending to pagers while driving or walking. Avoid reading while driving, whether newspapers, billboards, or other advertisements. Do not watch television or DVDs in your car while driving. Avoid multitasking, such as combing your hair or applying makeup while driving. Have your meal before beginning your journey to eliminate the need to eat while driving. And keep conversations with other passengers to a minimum. At all times, remember that you are ultimately responsible for your safety and that of others.
You keep a focus on the road continually, and like you drive, like if you go stop, you have to prep your mirror them and say who will come back, or the speed with the judge, the speed with them upon, and see how quick you can stop.
I look before I cross. I look up, I look down, I look beside me, so forth before I cross the road. I not just step out on the road, so because I know the road is busy.
Watching the stoplight when vehicles are going, and look at the stoplight when it goes green or red. Also know when to cross the road or not.
In crossing the roads, it's best if you cross at the pedestrian crossing, and when vehicles are not coming where no pedestrian crossing is.
I have to wait until the car stops for me to walk across the road and always use the pedestrian cross.
I'll just practice having your seatbelt as usual. And when the light and red, you know, so you have to stop and all of them little, basic thing the same way.
Road safety, people come first, always look out for them. Yeah? Yeah, man. And observe. Read the signs them and observe.
Obey the road codes, traffic lights, proper driving procedure, drive on the left, do not overtake carelessly. That is very important.
Top news stories of the week are coming up next.
Hi there, I'm Simone Wolf with your JIS News of the Week. Thousands of Jamaicans came out on Friday accepting the charge to take a stand and beautify our land. As environmental protection was the main goal, the Portmore Climate Change Park received national focus in the 2014 Labor Day activities. Parks and other facilities were also beautified, while 14 police stations across the island got facelifts. In other news, it was reported that Jamaica had successfully completed all 4 tests under Year 1 of the agreement with the International Monetary Fund, the IMF. The confirmation followed the IMF's review of the Jamaican economy, as well as an assessment of the country's performance from January to March 2014.
Overall policy implementation remains strong. All quantitative criteria under the program have been met, with the exception, as the Minister mentioned, of the indicative target for tax collection. Structural reforms have also been implemented, although with a few minor delays.
While announcing revised tax measures in Parliament this week, Finance Minister Dr. Peter Phillips said consumers would no longer pay a 20% common external tariff on smartphones as of July 1. He also announced a reduction in the additional stamp duty to be paid on alcoholic beverages for the tourism sector. It follows the recent decision to bring the tourism sector's SCT rates in line with other sectors, which means paying 1,120 Jamaican dollars per litre of pure alcohol, up from $700.
In order to counter some of the impact of this measure, the government has taken the decision to provide tax relief by the removal of the additional stamp duty, which will result in relief for the industry of approximately $200 million.
The Finance Minister also announced the regularization of tax benefits enjoyed by free zone operators, the business process outsourcing sector, and the tourism accommodations subsector. Industry Minister Anthony Hilton made his sectoral presentation on Wednesday and announced that Jamaica was exploring the commercial production of hemp, a variety of the cannabis plant that's grown for its fiber and seeds. Dr. Hilton said Cabinet would shortly consider a draft regulatory framework for a viable value chain around the hemp industry, adding that JAMPRO was leading this process.
Jamaica has an opportunity to carve out its niche in the industrial hemp global market, which will also support related efforts to develop other industries from cannabis sativa, such as medical marijuana.
Youth Minister Lisa Hanna also made her sectoral presentation this week, announcing that government was to review the licensing regime for privately run children's homes and places of safety this financial year.
The aim of this exercise is to ensure that all entities licensed to operate as children's homes and places of safety not only have the physical facilities, but are also fit and proper with staff and the requisite training and experience to offer the new standards of care that we will be insisting this year upon them.
Minister Hanna also revealed that $124 million would be spent to provide jobs and training in entrepreneurship for several thousand young people.
We are doing this as we intend to impact over 11,500 young people this year, to the tune of $322 million towards ensuring that we get them equipped, involved, and productive.
Prime Minister Portia Simpson-Miller toured the Linstead to Moneague section of the north-south leg of Highway 2000 Tuesday and was told that the Mount Rossa bypass was about 80% complete and progressing smoothly.
In my view, there is not so many works because the most of difficult works already has been completed. So we only left, let's say, around the 15,000 cubic meter work.
I'm quite satisfied with what I saw earlier, and I'm looking forward to August when I'll come to join you to declare this section open.
5 new subjects, including physical education and sport, have been added to the pool offered in the Caribbean Advanced Proficiency Examinations CAPE. The new subjects, including agricultural science, entrepreneurship, performing arts, and tourism, will be rolled out for the 2014-2015 school year in September.
All of these are in line with the Ministry of Education's policy priority to integrate technical and vocational education and training, TVET, into the high school curriculum and beyond.
And finally, as of July 31, entertainment events will be rated, much as movies and music CDs are done, to help patrons and sponsors evaluate events they wish to attend or support.
The rating system will be a pre-event rating. Therefore, the promoter is saying, we expect that this will not happen. And the person consumes with that guarantee of expectation.
Promoters will indicate the event rating in their application for places of amusement licenses from parish councils. And those were some of the stories making news this week. I'm Simone Wolf.
So, Kostya, I hear you learned a thing or two about television production.
Yes, I sure did, and so did all my other friends, Alani, Matthew, and Andrew. As co-producers, we were scripting, editing, and assisting in other elements of production. It was a valuable experience that we'll cherish.
Good. We at Jamaica Magazine also thank you, the children, for sharing your ideas, and we thank you, our viewers, for staying with us. The show has come to a close for today, but you can stay with us 24/7. Send an email to jamaicamagazine@jis.gov.jm or hit us up on Twitter at JIS News. And our website, jis.gov.jm, remains a constant portal for the very latest government information. On behalf of the entire team here at the JIS, I'm Adrian Atkinson.
And I'm Kostya Brooks.
Thanks for watching.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.